Bet ką reikia daryti, kai pasaulis baigsis? Reikia sukurti pasaulio pabaigos bunkerį pasistatyti. Ir žiūrim, kokius bunkerius pasistato. Viskas gerai, aš juokauju.
As you can see, this place is pretty much unchanged from the Cold War.
Beje, dabar laikais, kai branduolinis karas gali prasidėti bet kurią akimirką, kur bet kada globalinis apšilimas tipo gali sunaikinti viską. Ar jūs esat galvoję, kad, turiu rūsį, ar ten kokį, aš žinau, garažą kokį, ar kažką, reiktų man pasiruošti, žinai, tokį ten tą go bagą, žinai, vadinamą, ten pirmą vaistinėlę nusipirkti, gal vandens, ten pinigų pasidėti, kad jeigu ką, žinai, greitai galėtum pagrėbti ir bėgti. Arba ten, nežinau, konservų prisipirkti ir tualetinio popieriaus, žinot, kad jeigu kitas covidas bus pas save Rusy, galėtumėt gyventi. Arba kažkam idėjų tokį Doomsday scenarijui pasiruošti minimaliai bent. O kol jūs rašysite atsakymą, aš žiūrėsiu toliau.
This is a converted missile silo. How much can this place withstand?
It was engineered
Buvo idėja žinoma? Okay.
to withstand a 10 kiloton nuclear warhead.
Sponsored by Cyberpunk 2077. Sovietskam būtė gyvenu, tai dar turiu rūsį. Aš irgi baidui turiu rūsį. Reiktų jį susiremontuoti, atsitvarkyti kažkaip. Gal tenais langus užbetonuoti, žinai, kad atlaikytų radiaciją labiau, konservų kokių pasidėti. Aš nežinau, kaip tai veiktų, žinai. Ir aš išgyvenčiau viską. Dar jeigu turėčiau ten kokį, žinai, generatorių vėjo, kuris atlaikytų ten irgi iš viršaus man elektrą perduotų. Žiūrėk, dar ir kaip ten radiją galėčiau įsijungti ir galėčiau tiesiog pasiruošęs, būčiau laisvai. Apokalipsės branduoliniai. Beje, Falloutas, realiai, čia galėjo labiau sponsorint, bet whatever. Ir kur iššiktum visi? Neaiškink, gerai? Neaiškink. Per daug klausimų neuždavinė, gerai? This series was filmed shortly before the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, the world and how we view it has changed. It's our goal to shine a spotlight on the science and technology that can inspire. Okay.
When it comes to the apocalypse, nothing's quite as terrifying as nuclear war. So, when the nuclear apocalypse comes, are we going to get blasted back into the Stone Age? Or can we use our heads and survive the end of days with the help of technology? Here in beautiful Colorado, one man is already thinking about the end of the world. Professor Brian Toon is an atmospheric scientist and an expert on nuclear winter.
Brian, level with me. How likely...
What?
Šitas kadras. Pastatė jos taip, dabar jai sako, tu apsimes, kad skaitai, tada pamatyk svečią, padėk, tipo, labas, pasisveikink.
Professor Brian Toon is an atmospheric
Action.
scientist and an expert on nuclear...
I hate this shit. I fucking hate this shit. Kai LNK tą interviu ėmė tenais irgi, tą reportažą, kai kūrė irgi tenais. Tai gal tu čia, tipo, ten norėjo, tipo, kad pavaizduočiau, kad žaidžiu, tipo, aš nedarysiu to. Tipo, mes galim pažiūrėti video ir tu gali, tipo, pafilmuoti, kaip mes įsijungiam video ir žiūrim, bet aš nevaidinsiu su neprijungta pele random, kad aš, tipo, čia žaidžiu geimą dabar, blet. Ir tiesiog atsisakiau tokią nesąmonę daryti, aš nekenčiu to, na.
winter.
Brian, level with me. How likely is an all-out nuclear war, and should I be finding a bunker right now?
Yes, you should.
You never know for sure, because that's one of the
For sure, Sani.
terrifying things here is that one person in the United States and one person in Russia could decide all by themselves to have a nuclear conflict.
How many nukes are there around the world? Who has them?
Bent
There are
20.
about 14,000 nuclear weapons in the world.
Kad, aš toks teisus
More
visą
than
laiką.
1,000 of them are held by Britain, France, India, Pakistan, Israel, and China. Each of those countries has 200 or 300. Then Russia and the United States have 90% of the missiles.
So the lesson is everyone has nukes now. But what exactly happens when these bombs go off?
If you're knocking over concrete buildings, you're going to blow people to pieces. So there's a range of going out from distance in which you die from the blast wave tearing you to pieces, the radiation burning you up, the light wave burning you or catching you on fire.
What happens when day one, a week later, a year later, what are we looking at?
Well, when a nuclear weapon explodes, it sends out a burst of light. It's like bringing a piece of the sun, which is nuclear explosions happening, down to the earth. And that burst of light catches everything around it on fire.
That fire sends huge amounts of smoke into the stratosphere. But because it doesn't rain up there, it takes years for that smoke to clear, creating a nuclear winter.
Blocks sunlight from reaching the ground, which of course makes it cool off. It gets cold at the ground. And people expect that about 90% of the global population will die from starvation because there won't be anything to eat.
The more I thought about nuclear winter, the more terrified I became. I needed a plan to survive the nuclear apocalypse before the world went to hell. So where do you go when you want to get off the grid? Kansas. Here in the heartland of rural Kansas, one man is offering millionaire preppers a high-tech way to avoid the apocalypse. Welcome to the Survival Condo. This former Cold War missile silo is now a luxury bunker built for the super
Oh god.
rich. Going off the grid no longer means giving up bunker.
Jo, kiek ilgai šitas baseinas priešlaikys? Iš kur jie švaraus vandens gaus, tipo, neradioaktyvaus? Kad jį ten pakeistų ir išvalytų? What the fuck?
Built for the super rich. Going off the grid no longer means giving up a lavish lifestyle. Think of it
Lorikė? Nu.
kind of like cribs in camo. From the outside, the security cameras, armored guard, and 8-ton steel doors are the only sign you're entering a
Kiek sugeneruoja šitas vienas generatorius, bet vėjo tas elektros? Nu, čia ant nieko neužteks. Jo, čia toks kaip theme parkas labiau atrodo, o ne praktiškas survival parkas.
secret
Nu, tipo
facility.
survival vieta.
In fact, this place is so top secret, I can't even tell you where it is. I'm here to meet the man behind the condo, Larry Hall, who's going to give me a full tour.
So Claire, those doors that we just came in through weigh 8
Teletubby
tons
crib.
each. So they're 16,000 pounds. They're armored steel filled with concrete. So you definitely hear that safety bang when the door closes.
Inside, this 54,000 square foot complex boasts everything you could need to live through the end of days.
Okay, let's get down and show you what's underground.
Okay.
Sex room.
In Kansas anymore.
Red light district. Nice.
We're going beneath Kansas.
The survival condo is spread across 15 floors and goes 200 feet underground. At the top, under the dome, are the recreation facilities like the pet park and climbing wall. Underneath
Death
that
nice,
are the
no.
mechanical level, medical bay,
O, čia tik grinai kaip Fallout Shelteris. Mechanical level, okay.
and food stores, with luxury living quarters spread across the next 7 floors. At the bottom, a further 4 floors house a classroom, a library, a bar, a gym, and a cinema.
All right, so I'll show you a full floor unit.
Gerai, man įdomu, bet tai tokiam jau bunkerį, jeigu tu tikrai norėtum tokį turėti, tai turėtų būti ir facilities, kad tu galėtum maistą augintis. Nes kiek tu bet turėtum storage, jisai baigsis. Ir, nu, čia, I guess, aš mąstau biškai iš kitos pusės. Aš mąstau, kad jeigu mes Mėnulį norėtumėm bazę, ar ten Marse bazę įrengti, kaip reiktų, kad jin būtų self-sufficient. Nu, čia tikrai nėra self-sufficient. No chance.
This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit, and they have 9-foot ceilings. You see we've got all these high-end stainless steel appliances.
And most importantly, even though I'm 11 stories underground, I've still got a window.
When these windows are all on, you're coming out of the units and you see the birds flying and the sunset coming up and the rain and the weather changing. That's the input your brain is used to.
Not my brain, bitch, aš neatsidariau lango jau, ble, 3 mėnesius. Neįsivaizduoju, ar lyja, ar ne. Ausinės susėdu, net negirdžiu, kas už lango. Visą vasarą, prašai, žaliuzių neatsitraukiau, nes visų pirma, vėsiau kambarį būna, bet aš žaliuzius atsitraukiu gal 2 kartus per metus, ble, tai aš lango neturiu ir neturėjau. I don't care about that shit.
If you look in here, you can see that there's the bidet toilets, and we have a jacuzzi tub and a shower with the side jets.
Why do you have bidet toilets instead of regular toilets?
Well, interestingly, we did a little calculation, and the max occupancy for this
Man ofso filmus ir geras vaizdas pro langą, man, aš neturėjęs darbo su ofisu, tipo, tai, tipo.
facility is 75 people. And if we put toilet paper for 75 people for 5 years, that volume of toilet paper would take an entire floor to store just toilet paper. And that square footage costs about $3 million to build.
Okay.
Bidet it is.
Bidet it is.
Bidet it is.
Pretty comfy. These are good mattresses.
Labas, Robertai. Už visą darbus išeini pro langą. I quit!
Welcome to the paradise.
Čia bunkeris, tipo jo, čia bunkeris for the super rich, čia kurortas, ne bunkeris.
Of the beach. It's a saltwater pool. It's completely computer controlled. The pool is kept at 82 degrees.
Gerai, iš kur jie gauna elektros, viską šitą kontroliuoja. Čia nėra šansų, kad tas vienas sugeneruoja tiek. Kam pūlo bunkerį? Kam 90% dalykų, kurie šitam bunkerį yra? Niekam. Bet for the super rich, I guess.
Resort pool in an underground bunker, and we get drop jaws every time people, they go, "Are you kidding me?"
Another thing I wasn't expecting underground, so much space.
You've got a 24-foot rock climbing wall.
Jo, čia tiesiog ne real survival bunkeris, o tiesiog pasityčiojimas. Tu kažkiek jame turbūt galėtum išgyventi, čia jie turi storage maisto ir kažkiek, tai jo, kažkiek išgyventum, bet absurdiškai, nepraktiškai ir čia absurdas tiesiog.
You can come down here and shoot everything from handguns up to .308 caliber sniper rifles.
Jo, nes tau to prireiks, žinai.
Under proper supervision. So we have properly trained people.
Jo, čia tie, kur su lasdomis primitive technology, tai jie iškasė šitą viską pastatė čia.
So we have this media database with about 3,000 movies on it. Anything in particular you're interested in?
Do you have Armageddon?
Oh, we got everything. We got that.
All right, let's roll that.
All right.
But the apocalypse isn't all fun and games. There's a schoolroom in the bunker so kids from K through 12 can take self-guided lessons on brand new iMacs. And because this is the 21st century, there's no worries if the internet goes out.
This whole facility has an internet, and when you buy a unit here, one of the things that you fill out on your form are things that are of interest to you. And what we do is we put that into a device that is like a Google search engine. It goes out and it crawls over the internet and it downloads websites that have those keywords on them. They're also Skype enabled, so when we bring our second silo online, they're going to be connected with a microwave link, and the kids in this elementary classroom could see the kids in the other elementary classroom. They can talk live, and so they don't feel like they're alone.
Down on the store level, there's an aquaculture setup that can be used for raising fish and hydroponics for growing organic vegetables.
All right. Čia biškai įdomiau. Tai parodo tą self-sustaining part, kad galbūt įmanoma būtų, užauginti žuvis galų gale ar kažką maistą tolesniam etapui.
You can have salad daily with this kind of setup.
Oh yeah.
Great. It's healthy.
Yeah. So we'll have tomatoes, onions, different kinds of lettuces, some kale, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries.
Kiek laiko čia
But
galėtų
even without that, there's still loads, and I mean loads, of stockpiled food.
This really satisfies my prepper mode inside of me. I feel very safe surrounded by tins of food.
The silo is also kitted out with high-tech equipment to keep everyone in here alive for years. backup fuel stores, a water filtration system, and even a system that scrubs volcanic ash out of the air, just in case.
So if, let's say, Yellowstone were to erupt, the
Oi, ble, tiksliai, mačiau.
scientists
Ir
predicted
tą
we could have
galėsim
4 to
pažiūrėt.
5 feet of volcanic ash here.
Ten, jo, tą
That
pažiūrėsim.
amount of debris in the air would overwhelm our air and NBC filters. So that pre-filter would come on and it takes all of volcanic ash out of the air.
Okay, so I'm not going to die in a super volcano situation.
Not here.
Jo. Tas
Originally built during
svajonė.
the Cuban Missile Crisis in the 1960s, this Atlas missile silo was designed to withstand the launch of America's ICBMs. But turns out designing something to withstand a nuclear launch also makes it really good for withstanding a nuclear blast. It took Larry Hall and his team about 9 months to clear out all that missile gear before doubling the amount of concrete in the bunker and then fitting it out with the luxuries we see today.
So this here is a 9-foot thick reinforced wall, reinforced with steel, and this was here when they built the original missile silo. What can you throw at it?
It was engineered to withstand a 10-kiloton nuclear warhead detonated within a half mile. And that would produce a shock wave that would travel 2,000 miles an hour. So it can withstand anything up to and including a 2,000 mile an hour shock wave.
What's the longest I could live down underground for?
It was engineered to be able to be off-grid indefinitely. We've got 5 different power sources, including a wind turbine and geothermal systems. So the limit is really, most practically, 3 to 5 years.
That may or may not be enough time to ride out the apocalypse. A nuclear winter can last for months or years. And even after that, you're returning to a world with an altered climate, a depleted ozone layer, and a drastically reduced food supply. To get an idea of just how safe it is to live inside this bunker, I visited its very low-tech cousin down the road. Here, Hall has a second missile silo earmarked for a future survival condo. But aside from the new concrete floors, this place hasn't really changed since the Cold War.
This is the elevator shaft, check that out.
Čia jau panašiau į tą, kur tikrai žmonės gyventų, tipo, ir kur realūs tie bunkeriai būtų tokiam pasaulyje. Nebūtų daug šviesos, nebūtų daug optimizmo.
So this is upstairs in the launch control complex in the Atlas missiles.
Atlantai, I'm with you. Aš jau paskutinius 10 metų taip evoliucionuoju į trogloditą jau va ir nuo šviesos prisipratinau nematyti daylight, žinai, aš taip jau pasiruošęs esu brandoliniam užslaužinui. Mėnesiais iš namų galiu neiti, tipo, I'm perfectly ready. Tipo, aš esu jau pasiekęs sekantį evoliucinį žingsnį, gerai.
Silo. And as you can see, this place is pretty much unchanged from the Cold War. It's got, you can see the lights on springs so that if a missile goes off, the whole thing isn't going to shake off the ceiling. We've got a whole gap around the edge of the room so that you've got space for this floor to rattle. And right in the middle of the room, you can see this is the bathrooms where back in the day, you had the shift workers who could go into the bathroom here, and then they lived in these quarters behind me. So you had 3 shifts of people sleeping, resting, and then manning the controls downstairs. It is so eerie to be in here. It's such a bizarre space. What kind of people have bought here?
All of our people are self-made millionaires. They're very successful. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, international business people. Almost all of them have children, and they're concerned about the what-if scenario. Like every year, it's like whether it was Superstorm Sandy or global climate change, food shortages, economic collapse, meteor impacts, solar flares.
Still moving.
You're listing my nightmares.
Exactly. If those are the kind of things that bother you, this is the kind of facility it takes to not worry about those.
How much is it going to cost me?
Well, the half-floor units start right around $1 million and go up to $1.5 million. And then we have a full-floor unit. You're going to spend anywhere between $2.5 and $3 million for a full floor.
Most of us don't have $1 million lying around to spend on a survival condo. And let's be honest, signing the deed on one of these doesn't guarantee you'll survive a nuclear winter, or any apocalyptic scenario for that matter.
Saudi Arabija, dabar iš karto, kol nepamiršau, pažiūrim iš karto tą jų planuojamą miestą. Gal šitas video. Kas čia? Labai lievas video. Šitą pažiūrim.
Countless governments and companies have taken a stab at building a city of the future. There's Songdo in South Korea, the Alphabet-funded Quayside project in Toronto, which was abandoned in May of last year, and both Singapore and Barcelona have tried to modernize with smart sensors. In January of 2021, Saudi Arabia announced plans for its own futuristic city called The Line. Instead of communities sprawling outward from a central location, they would be built vertically and arranged, well, in a line, hence the name. Even though the vision for the city stretches 170 kilometers, it would do away with cars entirely and instead be connected by high-speed rail that would travel the entire length in just 20 minutes. And each
Tipo, no joke, aš norėčiau, kad jie pastatytų, tipo, būtų, viskas technologinis stebuklas, bet tai yra visiškai neįmanoma. Tai yra visiškai neįmanoma. Not even close, kad būtų įmanoma pastatyti tokį miestą.
The individual community would be largely self-contained, so that almost anything you could need, be it a school, a doctor, or a quick meal, would be only a 5-minute walk away. The government says the line will run on 100% clean energy and make extensive use of sensors and AI to manage the city's services. And all of this is supposed to be nestled in the pristine natural landscape of the Tabuk province with minimal impact on the environment. Now the Saudi Crown Prince
Žudikas! Aišku, neįmanoma, nes žmonės yra parazitai, kurie nesugyventų ilgai kartu. Įdomu, kurie šūdus. Žinai, vat iš to jų. Tai išveža su trakais. Čia tai neaišku turbūt. Žemę patreštų, kaip tam Martian filme. Bet jo, man atrodo, beje, apie bendruomenės kūrimą, tai man atrodo, rimtai reikia pagalvoti apie bendruomenės įsteigimą. O gal LGBT priims ir mumis, mes prie tos T raidės, žinai, prisigretintumėm kaip trogloditai. Nebe transo trogloditai, tiesiog.
Mohammed bin Salman has revealed grandiose renders of what the city will look like to match the grandiose plans. The line is envisioned as a giant glass and mirrored wall, 170 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, and 500 meters tall. That's taller than the Empire State Building. It would have greenery stretching along the top, an open-air ventilation system to help maintain an ideal climate year-round, and it would house up to 9 million people. Now, the line is just one part of Saudi Arabia's controversial $500 billion Neo megacity project. For one, the so-called virgin land that the government is building Neom on is, unsurprisingly,
skamba kaip tikrai realus planas. Jau praškai pradam rytoj statyti. Skamba legit tiesiog labai lengvas dalykas. Tep-lep ir viskas ir padarom.
Not all that virgin. It is the ancestral and current home of many people, including members of the Hawatat tribe who are being forced from their homes for what many see as a vanity project that won't amount to much in reality. Those who have dared to speak out against the government's plans or refuse to give up their homes have been harassed and abducted by Saudi security forces, arrested, or in some cases killed. For example, Abdul Rahim al-Hawati, a prominent Hawata activist, was killed by police in April of 2020 after posting videos on social media trying to raise awareness of the forced displacement. All of this controversy has even led to some commercial partners pulling out of deals, like Riot Games, which had signed on Neom to sponsor the League of Legends European Championship. Backlash from the gaming community caused that to quickly unravel. Now, even if Neom is eventually built and lives up to its lofty promises, there will still be plenty of more cause for concern. The line is expected to be loaded with countless sensors, cameras, and facial recognition technology that, in such a confined space, could push government surveillance to almost unthinkable levels. Now, that would be troubling in any nation, but in a country like Saudi Arabia, where homosexuality is outlawed, LGBTQ people are persecuted, and women hold almost no right.
Iš tikrųjų, čia yra konspiracija sunaikinti LGBTQ bendruomenę visą. Jie matai, prieš tai pasisako, tai jie ką darys, sakys, visi, kas save identifikuojat kaip LGBTQ nariais, arba ten trans žmonės, jūs visi eisit ir statysit šitą miestą. Tai jie per akimirką panaikintų visus LGBT žmonės tiesiog, nes nebebūtų nei vieno tokio. Tai va. Jo, arabijų nemėgsta. True.
It's downright terrifying.
Tai jo, tiesiog. Čia, man atrodo, jo, ne pirmas projektas apie jų tos mega projektus, mega miestų ir panašiai. Aš nežinau, jie tiek pinigų turi, kai jie tiesiog kažkokias nesąmonės planuoja ir aš nežinau, kažkas tik ar kažką. Doomsday Bunker. More of them, please.
All right, I agree. That's good. Let's do it.
This is his spot. This is his spot.
All right, put a stake in there and I'll put it in the ground. All right.
Do you guys remember the bomb shelter I did for Doomsday Preppers back in 2012 with my buddy Brian? So we're going to do a video that shows then and now. So sit back and enjoy this.
Go for it.
Okay, we're going to test the blast hatch and see how bulletproof it is. And we're going to do this one with an Uzi.
The fuck is he doing?
All right, come on up here. Okay, so let's get in close to take a look at this. So I can see all it did was make little dents with that 9mm ball round. As you can tell, it just didn't even do anything. So
What the fuck did that prove?
See that? Just little tiny, just knocked off the paint. That's all it did.
What?
Oh, that was a fun day. So that was about 5 years ago. That was me shooting my Uzi.
Legit, keletą ne į žemę, bet tipo... Jo, tie, kaip čia, atominiai zombiai ateis su Uziais mėgins pro duris praeit tavo...
On the hatch with some 9mm ball round. But this is the actual bunker that we did for Doomsday Preppers. So let's check out the old Doomsday Bunker here. You can still see where I shot it with the Uzi. See the rust right there? Yeah, that's the Uzi bullet. So let me get down here and reach inside here and grab this stainless steel lock and pull it out. Because this is a stainless steel lock, you can't even torch through it. Oh, there it goes. See, you can see the hatch opens up a little bit on its own. Now the new...
Palatai, bet kas prieės galėtų atsidaryti, tipo išimti tą ir atsidarytų? Wait a second.
Hatch, wow, you know, they come flying open just like this here. Check this out. Yeah, that was fast. So anyway, I'm going to walk down this bunker, but I'm going to go down forward instead of backwards on my butt so I can film it on the way down. So let's hope I just don't bust my ass right here. So, okay, made it. So anyway, so that's a long ways down. Let me look back up. Whoa, yeah, that's a long way. We're 21 feet underground right now, guys. So anyway, so this is the old armor-plated door that we used to do. Now we do this. See, that's a gas-tight door. So let's walk inside here. So we've got 8 bunk beds. There's storage underneath the bed. Let me show you. See that? There's storage underneath each bed. Let me show you the storage underneath the floor. This is pretty cool. Hold on. Let me pull this rug back here and open up this floor. So this is a bunch of pails from Wise Food out of Utah.
Čia techniškai čia yra daug panašiau į realų bunkerį, tipo, jeigu norėtų žmogus, tipo, čia ne baseinai ar kažkas labiau, bet aišku, čia man labiausiai įdomu iš self-sustaining pusės. Grinai, jeigu Marse pastatyti, kad elektros generacija, vandens generacija, tipo, maisto generacija, kad jeigu baigėsi atsargos, kas tada, tipo, man iš tos pusės, aišku, įdomiausia, bet čia. Nes visas tas turėsim įspręsti, kai Marse bazę statys.
Hold on, let me get the carpet back down so it looks good. Damn it, it's hung up, so hold on. Damn it.
Bet čia panašiau jau į actually bunkerį, kur galbūt realiai žmonės mėgintų išgyventi.
Backwards here so you guys can get a good overview shot. So let's go back out into the mudroom here. So you would enter down the stairs, come into the mudroom. You would go through your gas-tight door, which is what the new ones have. You have a shower on the right. You have a vanity on the left with some shelves. You've got 8 bunk beds in this particular model of bunker. Dinner table, you got VHF radio, you've got a monitor there. All right, whoa, hold on a second. You guys remember this scene with Brian? This is a funny one. I got 4 surveillance cameras, high definition. Now look at this. You see that hatch right there?
Right.
Watch this. Hold on. I'm going to run up real quick.
What an idiot.
True. What an idiot.
Yeah, that's cool. Nobody's going to get the jump on you, buddy. Got VHF radio, got a monitor there, fireplaces burning, TV, microwave.
Wait, was that a
radio,
duck?
Got a monitor there, fireplaces burning.
Ha, duck!
TV, microwave, refrigerator, kitchen, leather couch that reclines, dinner table, looking back the other way. So let's go back into the master bedroom here. Now, the new ones have a door right there. This one doesn't because it's an old one. But I want to show you guys the escape tunnel because this is kind of cool. Everyone wants to know what it's like to go through the escape tunnel. So let's crawl through here and let me show you what it feels like to look up the escape tunnel. Now, this one is open because when we filmed the Doomsday Prepper episode,
Brian must first drain some of the sand to avoid being smothered when opening the hatch.
Ai, ten actually, bet ten labai mažai.
You doggy. We left it open, and this bunker has been there for touring ever since. So I'm going up the bunker here, and once you get into the skate box, you grab the ladder rungs with the hatch down, and you can tell the sand's been let out of this. Okay, and normally there'd be 12 inches of dirt on top of that, over that, and you'd have plastic over it. So we're just going to walk back over to the shelter and go back down it one more time. And so here we go again. All over again. It's easier to do this than go back down that escape ladder. It's made to come out, not go down. So this time I'm going to go down backwards and go down the right way. So this is actually what you would feel like going down your entrance pipe. Now this pipe is there, and you see that door we're passing? That is now is a gas-tight door. I'll show an image of it right here. This is the new gas-tight door. And again, I'm kind of going everything. I got my monitor, my radios, my TV, my kitchen, microwave, master bedroom.
Kokį maistą iš viso jie turi? Kokį labiausiai apsimokėtų maistą, tipo, storinti? Kokį ir kiek reikėtų? Kaip vandenį storint? Blet, vanduo labai. Ten gal military davinius labiausiai, jie labiausiai koncentruoti būtų. Ten daržovės ir mėsa.
Fan blowing because it's a hot day, and let's go do this one.
Kiek laiko jie, by the way, galioja? Kiek laiko ten kažkokioje temperatūroje laikant, kiek jie laiko galioja.
One more time. So here we go.
Prisims 2 metai, tai 2 metai labai nedaug techniškai. Nu, tipo, aišku, 2 metai yra zaibės, jeigu ant tiek laiko, bet kas 2 metus tada turėtum ir upgrade'inti viską, nu, restokint.
Oh, here's the escape tunnel. Okay, so let's have...
Aš galvoju, kad daugiau konservai galioja tikrai ne 2 metus. Bet, žinai, jeigu tu, nu, bet čia tame esmė, jeigu tu pasidarai visą tą bunkerį ir nusipirkai tos konservus, tada pusę metų praeina ir jie ten už metų su pusę baigs galiotis, tu turi, nu, vis užsipirkinėt, I don't know.
Have some fun. Let's see how fast...
O tie military daviniai, man atrodo, jie ilgiau galioja? Irgi 2 metai? Ble.
We can get back up at this time. So typically the typical time to get out of a shelter using the escape tunnel is between 4.5 and 7 minutes. That's how long it takes to undo the bolts, lift the sand out, open the hatch, and then climb out. This is the old style. We don't do it anymore, but this is the, it has a separate generator.
Ir iš tikrųjų žiauriai neįtikėtinai sunku pastatyti self-sufficient miestą. Jo. Turiu pirktų šių metų pradžioje, galioja iki 24, tai porą metų. Nes, tipo, pagalvojant, čia Marse miestas, ne, kaip įsivaizduoja, ir koks yra planas, tarkim, statyti. Tai, nu, pirmiausia, ten nuskristų keletas, tipo, tų erdvėlaivių, kur ten tos resursus nuvežtų, tipo, bet tada moduliai statytų. Pirmą pastatytų modulį, tipo, su basicais, su resursais, kuriuos turi. Ten maistą, kurį atsiskraidino, viską, nu, šitaip. Ir tada plėstų tą miestą. Būtų pastatytų ekstra modulius, pavyzdžiui, modulis, kur elektros generacija užsiema. Ir tada juos sujungia. Tada atskiras modulis, kur tenais oro filtracija kokios ten, nu, tipo, ten gamybos, deguonės gamybos. Ir tos modulius sujunginėja. Ir tu realiai dahuja turėtų modelių prikurti, kad sukurti self-sufficient miestą. Ir neužtenka po vieną modulį turėti. Ten redundancy turi tie modeliai bukas, jeigu vienas suges ir panašiai. Ir yra labai daug techninių tokių sprendimų, keblumų. Kaip ten deguonį užtikrinti, kaip elektrą užtikrinti, čia turbūt paprastesni būtų. Tada su maisto auginimu, su viskuo tiesiog. Kad žmogus galėtų gyventi ir būtų self-sufficient. Tai yra, kad nesibaigtų. Tai yra neįtikėtinai sunku padaryti.
Pod, and this is a marine hatch. We open it up.
Bet įmanoma.
And it's got a diesel generator
Lygtais įmanoma ir
I don't do it this way
galima.
anymore because I like to access the generator pod from underground and never have to leave the bunker. But so this was a separated generator pod. Now they're all connected to the bunkers. You know, in the...
Kiek laiko kelionė trunka į Marsą? 6 mėnesius, jeigu optimaliausias. Take about 7 months. Tipo, bet čia, jeigu paleidė, nu, idealiausių momentų, tipo, kai, nu, atstumai mažiausi. Apie 7 months. Jo, tai apie 7 mėnesiai. Jo, šitaip.
A summer like this, all the weeds are growing up and the grass is growing up, and you know, in the winter this is all dead. But you can see where pigs have been digging around the shelter up there. And I got the sands it, so I'm going to put the hatch back down right now, and I'm going to grab the lock here and go ahead and put it back on. So you face it that way, push in the pin, and turn the key, and it locks. Okay. All right. So. The sandbags are a berm in case someone's shooting at you when you pop your head up, but you look around the ranch, everything's clear. That's it. You're good to go. Get the heck out of here. See you guys later. Thanks for watching my video.
It don't get no better than this.
It don't. Bring on Doomsday, huh? Woo.